Hello everybody, this is Evan Rogers coming at you with Perfective I Adjectives, and a reminder that sometimes I should have called these complete I Adjectives. Sorry, it's late. My babies are loud cry and I do not get much sleep. Let's keep on trucking. A perfective solution to an imperfective problem. Evan, you're so funny. Alright, a reminder of what agglutination is. Glutes, it's when we take a word, we attach something to it to slightly change it, i.e. make it past tense, make it negative, make it potential, or something like that, through a suffix, or in other languages it might not be a suffix, and the order in which we add the sounds to change the meaning of that word come in a specific order. That is when we have agglutination. We have each suffix is kind of like a marker of meaning, and they come in a specific order. We've talked about tense, aspect, and mood of words, especially verbs, in a previous video, so be sure to check that back. Check that out. Check that back. I was looking at his backside, booty 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 booty, by Crayon Shinchan. Go ahead and send me some photos so I can put something goofy in there. No one's giving me any feedback on these videos. I'm so sad. I'm so sad. All right. Adnominal versus complement. Evan, are you making up words? No, I promise you these are real words. Adnominal, you see how the word adjective has ad in them? Adverb, adjective. And then we have adnominal. Well, an adnominal is basically just something that comes before a nominal, which is a fancy way of basically saying a noun. Adnominals versus complements. Notice this is L-E-M-E-N-T. A complement is basically when we say a dog is red. A dog and red are complementary to one another. Adjectives have two usages, adnominal and complementary. I've already done this. Adnominal just means directly modifies the noun, whereas complementary kind of just means modifies the subject, which is a noun. Usually there's a verb in between them, or a verb is necessary, or the idea of something like a verb is necessary. Adnominals directly connect to the word they modify most of the time, and complements need help, i.e. with that verb. So an adnominal, the big cat, notice how big directly modifies cat, eats cold pizza. Cold directly goes into pizza. Whereas in a complementary usage, we'll see something like the cat is big and the pizza is cold. Notice I kind of had to change the sentence to get rid of the word eat to make that work a little bit easier. Yeah, we're focusing. I misspelled focusing. Just give me a break. I'm tired. We're focusing on adnominal adjectives. And the much more difficult to say, predicative adjectives as subject complements. That's actually what we're talking about. I'm shortening it to just complementary or complements, okay? To save space. Cool. If you want to look that phrase up, predicative adjectives as subject complements, go ahead and check it out. It shows you'll learn a lot about language that way. You'll start thinking through things and figuring out why things are the way they are. Alright, I want to talk a little bit more about adjectives in English before we jump into talking about how we're gonna agglute the, that's not actually a word I don't think, but I'm making it a word, before we agglute the e-adjectives in Japanese. Okay, so really quickly, notice how adnominal adjectives can turn into what's called an adjective clause. A clause, in case you're not aware, is whenever you have a subject and a verb. Or I should say a subject and a predicate. Whenever a subject predicates, it's an adjective, it's a clause. And when we use a subject that predicates, i.e. does something or is something, and we use it to modify a noun, we're talking about an adjective clause, okay? There'll be examples down here, don't worry. So in English, as with Japanese, adnominal adjectives very easily can turn into adjective clauses For example, the ugly girl kissed me. We can make it negative. And so we say the girl who's not pretty. Notice how we say the girl who is not pretty kissed me. Or for example, I'll go to the small store. Store is being modified by the adnominal adjective small. And here girl is being modified by the adnominal adjective ugly. But we can put ugly after the word girl if we do some fun stuff with, these are called relative pronouns. So the girl who is not pretty, notice not pretty is basically the same thing as ugly. Not necessarily, but, I'm trying to show you that we can use negatives. Or I will go to the small store. We can put small after store by saying I'll go to the store that will be, I'm assuming it'll be in the future, small. I'm just simply showing you it could be in the future. So do you see how we can change the adjectives? We can put the adjectives after the noun they modify by using, in English, these relative pronouns like who and that. The green team lost. Green is an adnominal adjective that's modifying the noun team. We can put green after team, and this is probably the best example in case you're wondering what the heck I'm talking about. The team that is green lost. You see, all I did was take green, put it after team, and then stuck in that, and then the word is, which is shortened to s here. So the team that's green lost is the same sentence, the exact same meaning as the green team lost. Here I made it past tense, and for those of you paying attention will know who I'm talking about. The mean old scientist turned into a pickle. Here I just used two adjectives. I'm going to throw both of them after scientist. There should actually be a comma right here, but shut up. The scientist who was mean and old turned into a pickle. So what I'm trying to show you here is that we can use negatives. We can use future. We can use just regular old currently talking about it now. And we can use past tense with our verbs when we're making an adjective clause. When we move an adnominal after the noun, we can use an adjective clause to make the same meaning. And when we do so, we can modify the word is to our delight. Use negatives, use future, use current, use past tense. So do you see how that works? So in a previous lesson, I told you that adjectives are in the same class of words as verbs. You can kind of see how that's not such a crazy idea. You might have remembered me saying like, oh yes, we have nouns and not adjectives, and we have verbs and adjectives, and the verbs and adjectives will be called verbals. And you're probably like, why in the heck would Japanese put verbs and adjectives together? We kinda do it in English. Alright. Is it so crazy that adjectives have the idea of is in them? No, not really. Because here they kind of have the word is in them, even in English. All we have to do is switch it into an adjective clause, and we get the exact same thing. So I really feel like this is an important lesson, even if you're already good at Japanese, because it really clarifies what is happening with adjectives in Japanese. Is it so crazy that adjectives can be conjugated? No, if we think about them as adjective clauses, in English we conjugate adjective clauses. Notice I use the word conjugate instead of agglutinate. Truly, if we're modifying a verb, it's conjugation, and these are sort of verbs. So I'm going to stick with agglutination, but conjugate's way more familiar to everybody. The point is, as you can see here, we can take the adjective, throw it after the noun it modifies, use our little adjective clause, who is, that will be, or who, blah, blah, all of those things, And then we can make them negative. We can make them past tense. We can make them future. And they have the idea of is in them. And you can kind of see how they're really similar to verbs in a way. Cool. Yeah, I mean, we could even I didn't make this example. It would have been a great example if I would have written it. Let's go with the simple one. The green team lost. The team that seems green lost. Notice how we could use the verb seem here. So it's not only is. It could even be seem or looks or sounds. You can't really sound green, but you know what I'm saying. The team that sounds loud lost. We could do other verbs than is as well. So now we're saying that indeed adjectives are kind of like verbs, aren't they? And even though I said we could use seem or be like or look or smell, those are all kind of like the word is. You know, if I sound loud, I probably am loud, right? And you can see that we're conjugating them. Okay, great. I hope that that's I hope that that's mind-blowing even to people who are pretty good at Japanese. I think this is a fantastic thing to learn early for the future. A lot of people, I think, if they knew this earlier in Japanese, they'd be less confused. So count yourself lucky you got me as your teacher. Make a donation at Patreon. Now, let's finally learn how to make some agglutinated e-adjectives. Excuse me while I adjust my body. Perfective, aka complete e-adjectives. We talked about what perfective and complete means in a previous video, so get back over there. Generally, it just translates to it was an adjective. So it was smelly, it was hot, it was tasty, it was difficult. And as with all adjectives, they can go before nouns or as a complement. I've already mentioned that numerous times and I've made these clear. Okay, to make a complete e-adjective, when I say complete, I'm talking about linguistics complete. I'm talking about past tense, perfective, the perfective tense of an e-adjective. We change the final e of the e-adjective to katta. Ka, small to ta. Boom. You now have a past tense. The correct actual tense is a perfective, or really way more correct is complete. To make an e-adjective a distal complete complement. So distal means I'm putting a space between us. The sentence is kind of like, oh, well, we need to put a distance between us. Slash, I treat you as above me. Complete, so past tense. Once again, you should know that complete from now on does not mean like being put together and I am complete. Not like that. And a complement is, as we're explaining here, when you take the subject and an adjective of some sort, it could even be a noun, and we combine them with saying something like is. So we change the final E sound to katta, just like above here, and we add des. Des makes it distal, des makes it polite. Okay? Des does not add the word is or any sort of idea of is to it because the E adjective, as we saw in the previous slide, kind of already has that meaning in it. In Japanese, the idea of is in the adjective, whereas in English we separate is from it. Where did we have the asterisk? The asterisk was, I don't actually have an asterisk anywhere in here, but we have an, check out predicative adjectives as subject complement. Great. It's a very linguistics title, maybe just as the complement as a linguistics term, and you'll learn a lot more about what all these words mean. Oh, there's the asterisk. I'm an idiot. So if you want to learn more about what the heck I'm talking about when I say a complement and things like that, those are some Google searches that you can learn more about. I think Wikipedia has some good stuff on it. All right, let's review some vocab. I've taught you takai is expensive. Something is tall. Yasui. Something is cheap or inexpensive. Yasui can mean cheap, but not like that thing is a piece of crap. It's cheap. It means like literally the price is low. Oishii. 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 Is tasty, is delicious. Muzukashii. Something is difficult. It is not easy to do. Remember them. Sign up for daily emails. Hardly anybody has signed up for them, so I mean, I'm focusing more on making videos than I am making those emails right now. Anyway, new vocab. Here are some new vocabs. We got some nouns. We got skeleton, a skeleton. When you play Dungeons and Dragons and other fantasy games, they don't call them gaikotsus, which would be an actual skeleton. They call them skeleton. We also have bakemono. Bakemono, a monster. Bakemono. All right, we have some fun. I guess it's coming out in time for Halloween, especially in the States. So these are some good words. Kawaii. Kawaii. Something is scary. It's an E adjective. Osoi. It is slow. Hayai. It is fast. Depending on the kanji, it could also mean it is early. So it moves quickly or it is early in the day. Kawaii. Kawaii. Kawaii is cute. So if you want to talk about a cute monster, a fast monster, a slow skeleton, or a scary skeleton, these are the things to learn. Write them down, memorize them, get ready for some examples. All right, let's check out some perfective examples as an adnominal. So, kawaii skeleton desu. This isn't perfective. All right, here we go. We got some perfective examples. The adnominal usages on the left and the complementary usages on the right. Let's look at the left sentences first. They're a little bit trickier because we have to keep in mind what kind of a context a sentence like kowakata skeleton desu would be. So it is here skeleton desu is being applied to skeleton, and kowakata is also being applied to skeleton. However, this desu is not in any way connected to the kowakata. Okay? This desu is hitting the skeleton. It's not touching the kowakata in any way. So imagine a situation where it's like, which one hit you? Like, oh man, I was fighting a bunch of skeletons and one of them hit me. Which one hit you? Kowakatta skeleton desu. This I am talking about, it is, the answer to your question is the skeleton that was scary. But, yesterday when we were fighting skeletons, man, that one hit me. Which one was it? Oh, it's the one that was scary. Not the one that had a pineapple on its head that was making everybody laugh. It was the kowakatta skeleton desu. So notice how I am talking about the skeleton. Which skeleton am I talking about? The skeleton that was scary. Cool. Oishikatta pizza janai desu. So, this has a few meanings. I'm going to take the idea that we're talking about perhaps there was a bug on the pizza. Last night, we were eating different pizzas, and somebody ate one that had a cockroach on it. Oh man, did you see Billy ate the cockroach pizza? Oh, there's a cockroach on the pizza that Billy ate. Oh God, which one was it? Did I eat it? Oh, the pizza that I am talking about. The answer to your question is not. The answer to your question is not the pizza that was tasty. Oishikatta pizza janai desu yo. Oh, don't worry. It wasn't the one that tasted good. The pizza that I'm talking about is not the pizza that was tasty. Oh, which one had the cockroach on it? Oh God, I hope I didn't eat it. Oh, don't worry. Oishikatta pizza janai desu. I'm talking the pizza that I am talking about is not the pizza that was good. Okay, that's what's happening in these situations, okay? These are very complex English sentences, but we got to get used to them. We got to get used to these right away. In Japanese, they look way easier than they actually are. We could translate this as just like, it's not the was tasty pizza, but you can hear in English that doesn't make sense. All right. Hayakatta bakemono desu. Hayakatta bakemono desu. So which one chased after you? Oh, the one that I'm talking about is the monster that was fast. Hayakatta bakemono desu. Hayakatta bakemono desu, yo. Which one should I kill? Which one? Let's say that the monster isn't dead yet, and we ran away from it. And I'm like, dude, which one are we gonna kill when we bust down this door? Because we've been in this room before. Let's kill the one that was fast. That could easily be the one that is fast, but Imagine that, we entered the room, we almost got our butt kicked, and we're like, that fast monster was bad. So we leave, heal ourselves up, and then we rush back in. Which one we're going to kill first? The one that we're going to kill first is Des, the Bakemono that Hayakata. The Hayakata Bakemono Des. It is the monster that was fast. This is an acceptable translation as well. Kawaikatta desu. Kawaikatta desu. It was cute. And this isn't even an adnominal usage. That's disgusting that I have left that on there. Please forgive me. You might notice that I made a quick change. It's because I am sleep deprived and not double checking my work as double checkedly as I should. Apologies. Apologies. Kawaikatta skeleton desu. If you notice, I added the word skeleton here and changed the translation. That's because this is on the adnominal usage, and if you go back a few seconds, I did not have it as an adnominal. So apologies, my good sirs and ma'ams. Kawaikatta skeleton desu. So let's say that there's a skeleton that's coming after us, and we're like, what the heck? What skeleton is it that's still standing? It's the skeleton. It is the skeleton that is chasing us. Is the skeleton that was cute last night. Let's say we busted into a room and there was a skeleton that was like put on makeup or something. I don't know. That sounds ridiculous, but it is the skeleton that was cute. So kawaikatta skeleton desu. Which skeleton is that one? Oh, that's a skeleton that was cute last night. Remember we were putting makeup on it like a weirdo, and you like put makeup on it. That'd be a dangerous thing to do. Which skeleton is that one? Sort of a kawaikatta skeleton desu. That's the one that was cute. All right, these are a little bit difficult. Let's jam over to the complementary usage. Osakatta desu. The subject, whatever it might be, was late or it was slow. I put the pizza in parentheses because we don't actually need it in a sentence like this. Oishikatta desu. It was tasty. But if we want to know what it is that we're talking about, we'll say pizza oishikatta desu. Usually this will just be the answer to a question though, like, hey, how was the pizza last night? Oishikatta desu. It was tasty. Hey, how was that over there? Muzukashikatta desu. How was that over there? Muzukashikatta desu. It was difficult. So it was difficult, and I'm being polite to you. And then maybe we're talking about the thing over there. So, are, muzukashikatta desu. Oh man, that thing over there, that was difficult when I tried to do it last night. Those tests that are on the teacher's desk, oh man, those were rough when we took them last night. Eiga kowakatta desu. Oh man, the movie was scary. So, but if I'm talking about a movie that I saw that was scary, probably you're asking me about the movie, so I don't need to say the movie. How was the movie last night? The movie last night was scary. How was the movie last night? Kowakatta desu. Eiga kowakatta desu is kind of like an idiot thing to say. I put these in parentheses because new learners to Japanese get angry when I don't have the subject everywhere. So I put them in parentheses to kind of meet a middle ground. We don't need the subjects here because these are likely answers to questions. Hey, how was the pizza last night? The pizza oishikatta desu. Was good. Hey, how was that test over there? That thing over there? Muzukashikatta desu. Are, muzukashikatta desu. That was difficult. In some situations, we'll have the subject mentioned, but it kind of sounds stiff if we're like, how was the thing over there? It was good. The thing over there was good. It's kind of like, dude, that's too much. Okay, let's hope I didn't make any mistakes on the next slide. Oh, good. I don't think I did. Okay, great. Perfective negative E adjectives. So we're gonna be making E adjectives that were negative that we learned how to do this in a previous video. We're gonna make them perfective, aka complete. We're gonna make them past tense. We're gonna make them perfective / complete. Okay, negative E adjectives all end in E. So like a negative imperfective E adjective is an E adjective. So we're not actually learning anything new. To make a negative complete E adjective, notice complete and perfective mean the same thing. To make a negative complete E adjective, change the final E in the final kunai to kata. So E adjectives are almost always going to be ending in kunai. So we just change this E right here to a kata, kunakata. Taka kunakata for the rest of your days. Oops, sorry, I bumped into the microphone there. It's a problem-free philosophy. Taka kunakata. All right, great. That's the way to remember it because it goes kunai. We change the E to a kata, so it's the Lion King song. Taka kunakata. Taka is expensive. Kuna is not expensive. Kata was not expensive. Taka kunakata. Okay, I will stop singing. But I should have totally had an animation of Hakuna Matata right here. It's that simple. In some situations, you're going to be saying ku arimasen. And in those situations, arimasen's a verb. So it'd be ku arimasen deshita. Okay? So check out the negative verb situations for that. Also, refresh the... if you forget why this is a ku here, go check out the negative E adjective video a few videos ago. If you've been watching these videos and you're following along, then isn't it amazing that you know what these words mean? I think that's cool. If you know what I mean when I say perfective negative E adjective, that's pretty cool, I think. You know, complete and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, great. Let's see some examples. I got negative perfective examples in the adnominal usages. So these are once again going to be the ones where we're saying like, oh, it's that one or something like that. 怖くなかったスケルトン殺しました。怖くなかったスケルトン殺しました。I killed the skeleton that wasn't scary. Kowaku nai is not scary. Kowaku nakata, the wasn't scary skeleton. Kuroshimashita, I killed it. Somebody killed the scary skeleton. The not scary skeleton. Since we're not mentioning specifically if this is a subject or a particle, there is a gray area here. But if it's me standing here being like, oh, kowaku nakata skeleton kuroshimashita, it almost certainly means I killed the not scary skeleton. We killed the skeleton that wasn't scary. Okay, next. 安くなかった本買いません。安くなかった本を買いません. I added an O there. Just go with it. We'll learn about particles coming up. Don't worry. I wanted to leave particles out of here as much as possible until we got through all this stuff. 安くなかった, the book that was not cheap. So the not cheap, the was not cheap book, I will not buy. For example, let's say I went to a bookstore and we were looking through all the books and I was like, oh man, these are all great books I want to buy. Well, hey, I can't buy them all. Which one won't you buy? Let's say, then you come home when you're on Amazon and then your wife comes over and is like, which one aren't you going to buy? We can't buy all of them. And they're like, yasukura katta hou no kaimasen. I'm going to not buy the book that wasn't cheap. At the bookstore, the one that wasn't cheap, I'm not going to buy that one off of Amazon today. Something like that. Or before I go back to the bookstore, I won't buy that one. In that situation, we could still use yasukunai hon because the book still exists as not expensive. But if we add the kunakata, it's kind of like, remember how we went together and I showed you the book in the past? Well, it's that book that was in the past that I'm talking about. You know, I won't buy the book that, remember when we were at the bookstore and it wasn't cheap? That book. Does that make sense? It's almost like when I add the nakata, it's taking us back to the bookstore of me showing you how expensive it was. Whereas if I just go yasukunai hon, it's like the same book, but the idea is that I'm not talking about it as being the cheap book right now. Okay, if that went over your head, don't worry about it. Takaku nakatta eiga desu. Takaku nakatta eiga desu. Takaku nakatta. Okay. Takaku nakatta eiga desu. It is the movie that wasn't expensive. So hey, what movie did you see? The movie that I saw is the movie that was takaku nakatta. Okay? Takaku nakatta eiga desu. Takaku nakatta eiga desu. What we're talking about is the movie that wasn't expensive. Yeah, great. Kawaiku nakatta bakemono desu. So the monster that wasn't cute is what we're talking about. Here, I'm making, these are basically the same thing. So yeah, these are the same thing. I just flipped the clauses around. kawaii nakatta bakemono desu. So it's the thing that we're talking about is the monster that was not cute. Okay, hopefully you could follow that around. Let's jump into complementary usages. And we're going to be making them distal, because the des is what's making them distal. You might have figured this out already. If des is the only reason why these are being distal, and adjectives already have the idea of is in them, and like, if I don't want to be distal, do I need to add anything after the adjective? The answer is no, you don't. But that would make you not being distal and polite. That'd be just casual with your friends. Okay. Anyway, if you didn't understand that, don't worry about it. So distal complementary usages. So the door is what we're talking about. Takaku nakatta desu. It wasn't an expensive door. You know, let's say somebody tried to break down your front door. You got to go buy a new one. Oh my God, honey, you bought a door? How much did it cost? Takaku nakatta desu, yo. It wasn't expensive. When I went to go buy the door, you know, last night, it wasn't expensive, so I bought it. Something like that. Oh man, you went to go see the movie? How was it? Kawaii nakatta desu. It wasn't that scary. You know, I thought, what's a movie that clearly would not be scary? Gosh, this could have been a great joke, but my brain's so slow. I went to go see Teen Titans Go to the Movies, or whatever that thing's called. Go Hollywood? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Teen Titans Go Hollywood. Oh, kawaii nakatta desu, yo. Kawaii nakatta desu. How was the movie? Kawaii nakatta desu. It wasn't scary. It's like, Teen Titans wasn't scary? No, duh. Okay, now let's say we're talking about a monster, and your friend's like, which monster did you kill? Osoku nakatta desu. I'm sorry, that's not how this would work. Can you describe the monster? Osoku nakatta desu. Oh yeah, the monster that we saw last night, it wasn't slow. That's how it would work. Excuse me. I'll try to edit that out. So once again, just to make sure that we understand how this works, it's like your friend's like, dude, what was the monster like? Osoku nakatta desu. Bakemono osoku nakatta desu. The monster, it wasn't slow. It was fast. It chased me. I had to run. It chased me. I had to run. Now let's say that we're talking about a treasure chest. Takarabako muzukashiku nakatta desu. Muzukashiku nakatta desu. Takarabako muzukashiku nakatta desu yo. The treasure chest wasn't difficult, and a not difficult treasure chest. Maybe to lockpick. Cool. I hope that answers any questions and gives you plenty to think about. If you enjoyed this lesson, thought it was worthwhile, share it, because I'm getting like 11 watches on each video. It's embarrassing. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make all that good stuff happen. Share it with your friends. I feel like this is information that should be taught very early in Japanese language lessons, but it just isn't. You don't see this in textbooks. I know I'm tooting my own horn, but, you know, if that horn's there and it needs to be tooted, you better toot it. Toot that horn! Have yourselves a great day. I forget what else I'm going to say, but, consider donating. That'd be great. Consider donating. Bitcoin, PayPal, Patreon, all that sort of stuff. You have yourself a good day. Peace out.